Hey everybody, per request, I wanted to do a remake on this trap right here. Just got a pretty decent silky female here, so belly, but I just want to do a quick remake because I guess you guys see the catches and that kind of stuff, but I don't show a lot of how I set up my trap. It's very simple, only because I'm a long liner for cages. I just use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, you know, and so this is how I would do a remake. The nice thing about most times with catching cats, they're pretty neat. They don't make a big mess of the cage. I don't have to move it for the most part. I check the pan, make sure nothing's under. Most of the time it's just fine. There's a stick right there, but let's see if I can do this one-handed. Normally this is pretty coarse sand. I fling it in the side. It kind of filters it for you, to get kind of most of the big rocks out. So use the cage to your advantage. If you're throwing dirt and stuff, you never know what's in the shovel. Just throw against the side of the cage. And another question that I get all the time, or at least I see people having problems with refusals and stuff, is they don't cover the cage. They don't cover the mesh in the bottom, or they'll cover this and leave the pan exposed. I know weather has an issue with some states and stuff, but you want that to look as natural as can be. If you have to use leaves or something, but do it. Don't worry about, I've done hundreds and hundreds of sets every year for quite a few years, 10 years on cage trapping, and once have I ever myself had a rock or maybe even a squirrel had stuck something under the pan and I had a miss. But I've never had a miss. I leave the pan down flush. It looks all natural. When I set the gate, you know, some of the dirt will fall to the side, but it just goes down because there's empty space under the pan where the grate is. So cover your pans all the way with dirt, with sod, with sand, with dirt, whatever. But it just looks more natural that way. Cats are slow at moving in on that kind of stuff. So I got my hanging visual attractor. It's just a shower curtain ring bent with some fake fuzz on there. I make those in the off season. It's really just a scent collector, you know, and if something high as a visual attractor. I got some tan fur I throw back there. They're cheap. I get it from F&T. It's just a different type of visual attractor. I got some sheep's wool. I rub it on the side to get that cat that's hesitant. Throw it in the back. I got, so all those visual attractors, but in my mind, they're also scent collectors. When I catch a cat, that scent and pee and urine, or urine and scat get all over that stuff, and I reuse it from set to set. If you can transfer a cat smell from set to set, from year to year, you just you gain more by doing that. I got some chicken feathers and some fake pillow feathers that I throw back there. So that's what it looks like as far as visual attractors, some scent. Always carry my bag of scat. Collect it in the off season. I mean, I got so much I don't even have to collect it anymore. But even when I'm setting cages the next year, I will just find new scat piles, pick it up. Don't leave it in the wash because that's just a distractant for a cat. I put it on the left side of the pan, but hey, if you're you want to go righty, put it on the right, put it in the middle. I put it towards the back. I used to set it up here in front, but the cat stops right here, and I wanted to go a little bit farther and at least get that first foot on the middle of that pan. That's why I put it there. The next things is got my Y sticks, Just cut them. You can pre-cut them in the season or whatever. They get chewed up. There are other methods of putting your lure and stuff, but this is my call lure. It has a minty smell. Here, smell it. Yep, smell that. Yeah, nice catnip oil and spearmint oil. I haven't made a video on it, but I just plop it right in the back here. Some people keep their lures out of the cage because it does make a mess, but I wash my cages almost after every line to get all those smells off my cage, because I just want the smells in the back. Y-stick with some, this is cat claw, so it has little thorns and a little hook on it. I try to get my bobcat gland lure on there. This one's a little runny, so if you're cage trapping with Ys, runny lures don't work very well, but plop that down there. If it drips on the attractants, which are scent collectors. So that's that. And so that's my cage. And then at that point, I check the brush, because when I'm setting, that would be the next step. If I have weather coming in, I will cover it with a plastic bag first and then pile the brush around it, keep it from flapping, but it's pretty dry here. So I like to cover it and leave some room for that air to flow from the back to the front. Kind of a tunnel effect. That really works, I think, on cats. Even if you're in wet conditions and you wrap it with a bag or a covering, leave that back open. Finally, we are here. We got my cat juice. I just made a new batch with that female yesterday. Spray bottle works if you're not in cold weather, but in cold where I live, even though I'm trapping down in the desert, a squirt bottle just works just fine. But I used to mist the back of the cage, make it smell catty. My lead-in scent and urine mixed together, up and back. Smells pretty good in there now. Plus the cat that I just caught, excuse me. Final step is, and I'm gonna probably need, not used to being one-handed. Got the pan tension right. I like my pan tension a little bit tighter than people are comfortable with. It's when when people have refusals and nothing's in the trap, like you can see scrapes, they're hitting the beginning of the pan and it's dropping the gate on their back, or it's too premature. So just like a foothold, don't put it on a hair trigger, excuse me, can't speak today, but put a little bit tighter, so that may force that cat to take that next step. Falls right in the notch. Everything's set. Make sure the bar's on the outside, otherwise that bar will only go halfway, cat will walk out. Common mistake. So there's my set. And then the only other thing is, we don't need a flag on this set, but if you're setting in the middle or need to draw the cat to you, stick a flag up, like off that tree or somewhere. That's actually behind the trap, but if you can get them close. This one doesn't need a squeaker, so I didn't put one on it. It's right in the V of these two washers, but if you need to get it, stick a squeaker, stick a flag, and then you can pull that cat into your set, where then its nose goes to work and it'll find its way in. So hopefully this helps you guys. There's my remake, and we'll see you down the line. Doors down.